3, 2, 1.
You ready?
You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, days, and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host, Hunter, here. Happy Women's History Month, and happy early birthday to Mama Hunter. Mom, I love you. Hope you're all having a great night, weekend, whenever you're checking this out. I've got a review for the short film CC Dances the Go-Go, which is directed by Aaron C. Buckley, who you most likely know from the web series Platonic, which, if you have not seen that is on YouTube right now, and I would highly recommend you check it out. It's like 5 episodes. Episodes are like 6 hours. 6 hours, that'd be funny. They're like 6 minutes apiece. Well worth your time. I will have a review of the web series probably later this month. But really, Platonic's great. You should check it out. So I was really excited because I got a screener for this. Wasn't too familiar with Aaron, but I'd heard of some of her plays, and so I went, you know what? Yeah, let's check this out. So you can watch this on YouTube. I would just type in CC Dances to Go-Go. It'll pull up. But this is such a fun, really interesting short film. It's about, I want to say it's about 14, 15 minutes ish, but they cram quite a bit in there. So this film in particular, we go ahead and we start with our main character, Nicky. Nicky is played by, I'm going to butcher this, I'm sorry, Aysan Celik, who is also on the web series, the aforementioned Platonic. She's great on there as well. And Nicky is this woman who's incredibly unsure of herself, goes ahead and walks into this bar, and is just immediately enamored by Rebecca Whitehurst, CC. And one thing that I love just from jump about this is that I've talked about Ingrid Goes West at length. I think that is, especially for Women's History Month, I'll probably re-review that because that movie is fucking awesome. But that sort of neon, trippy, kind of Kid Cudi, in that indie film vibe as far as just the lighting and everything. This movie nails that. The reveal of CC doing her go-go dancing is so fucking cool, and it's very trippy in a very intended way. I would imagine coming from a director. I love the way that this is shot, and you feel like you're on, I don't want to say an acid trip because I've never taken acid, but as someone who smokes quite a bit, I've had very mellow highs like this where the colors just seem more vibrant and I feel more immersed in the world. And that's how I felt the whole time watching this short film. And something about Nicky that's really fascinating is how unsure of herself she is, and how the director goes ahead and gives us enough information about Aaron, but still leaves enough room for you to kind of project who you are into her. It's a very tricky balance, but it works really well. One of my favorite lines in the whole film, because this is being told obviously from Nicky's perspective. She's narrating us through this whole through the whole ordeal she's going through. She talks about how, I'm at my favorite bar where I'm rarely a customer, and just that, even in that moment, that really exemplifies her character and just her in general perfectly. She's so unsure of where she is in the world and who she is in the world. And I love that this is told again from a gay woman's perspective, in the sense of she clearly doesn't know who she is in the community, which, as someone who's talked to my friends who are members at length, that is one of the most horrifying places you can be, to not know where you fit in on the spectrum and not feeling like the community has your back. But also that is just also, to an extent, the whole aspect of not knowing who you are in general, independent of the community. And she doesn't feel like she warrants anyone even looking at her, let alone someone on Cece's level. And that in itself is really fucking tragic. And the way that the film portrays that in such a short amount of time is incredibly well done. I think we've all had that moment at the bar where we make eye contact with someone, or maybe we think we make eye contact with someone, and you have that internal dialogue of, oh God, are they looking at me? Oh God, do I buy them a drink? Do I go say hi? What do I do? And you go through all the stages in your mind. You psych yourself out. And so when Cece actually comes up to Nicky, she's fucking mortified and has no idea what to say. And their first initial meeting is so clumsy, but so really cute. And one thing that I've talked about in films is subtlety, and how with modern audiences, I don't know if you can be subtle anymore, which really sucks, because I think that's a tool that's taken away from directors and writers, which is really horribly needed at points. And the way that Aaron goes ahead and weaves this very subtle but very poignant and very intentional moment in this film where Cece herself talks about how attractive Nicky is, and kind of in that moment goes, oh, I guess I'm more attracted to women than I thought I was. It's not beating you over the head, but it's a really powerful moment. The way me just repeating the line doesn't do it justice. The way she looks at the camera and looks at Nicky, and kind of just her body language really sells that moment. And so one of those things I went, I love that this is in here, because it really endears you more to Cece, and it just helps close that gap between who Nicky isn't and who Cece is, as far as being confident in who she is. And it's a really cool moment that I really dug that it was in here. Also, as someone who has been called this, there's a moment where Cece calls Nicky cute. And the thing that's frustrating about that word is that when you hear the word cute, you go, oh, so I'm cute, but I'm not attractive to you. And again, that is from an insecure place. As someone who, again, has been called cute, I can speak to that. And that's immediately what Nicky says. She kind of is like, oh, gosh, she thinks I'm cute, but not, attractive enough to hook up with. And again, I just wanted to give Nicky a hug at multiple points watching this, because she is so unsure of herself. But it really, like, these little breaks and these little moments just works so well for where this film ends up. There is also this moment where Nicky locks herself in a bathroom, and I have also done this where I've been like, oh God, I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to see the world, I just need to just lock myself in here, text my friend, and get some positive reinforcement. And the tropes that I think that a lot of people go through as far as dating, because let's be real. I mean, we have OkCupid and Tinder, and so many people are trying to just, date online now. But there is something about real person interaction. And, I myself haven't been going crazy, going outside and going out to clubs or bars or anything since lockdown. But, just recalling some of my bar stories, there is something about just being able to go up to someone, maybe you're wearing your favorite band tee, or you just think they're cute, or whatever sparks conversation, and being able to just, kind of shoot your shot and see what happens. There is a horror in that, but there's also a gratification and an element of fun that I do think is lost in, that you lose in online dating. And so it was really cool to see two women actually have this kind of unintentional chess match where Nicky, she's just trying to feel good about herself, and Cece's trying to bring that out of her. And it's really well done. It's really well acted. It's really sweet at the end of the day. And where the film ends up, I went, I love this. There is this shot at the 10-minute mark. I don't want to give away what happens, but it's at the 10-minute mark. Good grief. But when you see it, it's maybe my favorite shot in the whole film, because neither actress is on screen, but just what the moment represents and what that shot represents, I think it's so horribly well done. Getting my final thoughts here, I just had a blast with this. This is a really fun short film. Like I said, you can find it on YouTube. And it really makes me want to go through and watch more of Erin's work. Again, I wasn't super familiar with her, but now I'm like, okay, whatever she's putting out, she's on that list where I go, oh, I'm going to put a little star next to your name. And, oh, you have a movie coming out? Or, oh, you have another short coming out? Hell yeah, let me watch it. I'm all in. So, really enjoyed this. And considering the month we're in, it's Women's History Month. Watch this shit. It's really a great short film. Solid A for me. I really enjoyed this. The film flies by. And as I mentioned at the top, there's quite a bit of stuff that's in this movie, even despite its runtime. I really enjoyed this, and y'all should check it out. It's well worth your time. Again, it's called CC Dances a Go-Go. You can find it on YouTube. But everyone, CC Dances a Go-Go. Have you seen it? What'd you think of it? Let us know in the comments. You can follow yours truly on the Twitter at jhunterreelpineapple. That's REEL Pineapple. You can find all of our links to our socials and everything on Linktree. That's linktree.com/jhunterreelpineapple. You can find me on TikTok at BlackShazam775. You can find me on Instagram at jhunterreelpineapple. You can like both our pages on Facebook at The Real Pineapple and Real Pineapple Games. You can find me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/ the Joshua Hunter, pardon me. And then, oh god, where else can you find me? You can find me on Letterboxd at Black Shazam. And you can subscribe, like, rate, subscribe to the podcast. Definitely helps us out. You can find us on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, TuneUp, and Samsung Podcasts, to name a few, at The Real Pineapple. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. It's been snowing here in Reno, so that's why there haven't been any new releases up. But this week, assuming weather permits, we'll have reviews up for Cocaine Bear, which I'm so excited to watch Cocaine Bear, as well as Creed 3. I'm really hyped to watch that. And we'll have a review up here. What is coming up? I'm probably going to re-review the John Wick movies before John Wick Chapter 4 comes out. So probably do a re-review of all three of those, but I'll keep you updated on that. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe out there. Take care of each other. Again, there's some stuff I'm gonna have dropping for Women's History Month, Black History Month. There's some stuff on the channel, but every year it seems like something happens. but oh yeah, and I'll have a review for The Inspection. That is gonna be the last thing for Black Cinema Showcase I'm gonna have on the channel. But everyone, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.